Since Valentine's Day is tomorrow, I picked a Justin Bieber song because everyone loves Justin Bieber on Valentine's Day. So, this is As Long As You Love Me. We're under pressure, 7 billion people in the world trying to fit in. Keep it together, smile on your face even though your heart is frowning. Hey now, you know girl, we both know it's a cruel world, but I will take my chance, say yes. As long as you love me, we could be starving, we could be homeless, we could be broke. As long as you love me, I'll be a platinum, I'll be a silver, I'll be a gold. As long as you love me. As long as you love me. I'll be a soldier, fighting every second of the day for your dreams, girl. I'll be a hoba, you could be my destiny's child on the scene, girl. Don't stress, don't cry, we don't need no wings to fly. Just take my hand. As long as you love me, we could be starving, we could be homeless, we could be broke. As long as you love me, I'll be a platinum, I'll be a silver, I'll be a gold. As long as you love me. As long as you love me. I'll be a silver, I'll be a gold. Love me, as long as you love me. You love me, you love me. That's all I want, baby, as long as you love me. You love me, you love me. As long as you love me. Thank you.
Ooh, oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, babe. Ooh, yeah. Listen. Turn down the lights, turn down the bed, turn down these voices inside my head. Lay down with me and tell me no lies. Just hold me close, don't patronize, don't patronize me. 'Cause I can't make you love me if you don't. And you can't make your heart feel something it won't. Here in the dark, in these final hours, can't make you love me if you don't. Oh, no, no, baby. Oh, no, baby. Oh, no, baby. Thank you.
Hi. What's up? How many of you were here last time we did this? Show of hands. All right, whatever. I'll be doing some spoken word poetry, so if you're not into poetry, I mean, I'm trying to do this the best I can, you know, because a lot of people don't really get into poetry, but I mean, I'll make it as interesting as possible. But I'll start off with something that I normally do just to sort of explain and kind of give you a feel of the style that I do this in. But the world is a bus and I'm a deer in front of its headlights with an impregnable skeletal info structure. I'll never be ruptured. It was on a sunny day with a light summer rain. I was on my way back to the educational frontiers. I donated blood, then had 2 beers, parked on top of a transit curb, started footsteps with transitive verbs, inhaled herb as I took a left turn into classroom words. Everyone quiet, girls, tuck your shirts into your skirts. This hurts, feeling burps, flirt with my lips, a cloud of smoke escaped and shape shifts, like a surgeon's first facelift. And he got shaky with the scalpel. But my teacher was doubtful, muttering malignant messages in our minds. It was a mouthful. Shut the hell up, I said. This won't win me any bread, and now we all know what lies you've been fed. With a fork and knife, making them easy for you to chew, but me, I'm one of the few that turns down spoiled food. And sorry for being rude and having a bad attitude, but I'm tired and can't sleep in a bed that's wet. You pissed on my dreams and I kept quiet. You told me to go to college and owe a debt. Be educated for a job that I might not get. Use that degree that I don't have yet. Don't make knowledge sound like a regret. My dreams are more important. That's why I wish we had never met. But as a troubled delinquent, I doubled my sequence with frequency and I pledged allegiance to live a full life and fulfill my fantasies. Rid myself of these evil entities, but the rage that manifests deep in my chest, man, it's a mess. But we'll slowly digress when I express my perfect plan. I'll be like Genesis, only flooding with sand, soaking up the water, forming brand new land where we all can hold hands and walk across. Interlock fingers so no one gets lost. We shall walk together and lay down the weapons. Live forever and old age is the exception. Thank your God for being the creator. We couldn't feel this love if he were a procrastinator. And all of this came together in one single thought, resting and nesting on things that you all forgot. But that's the understood you. That's us as a whole. On parole for our sins and losing sight of the goal, and all out, losing control. We're as ignorant as a Bible revision, misinterpret its mission and forcing opposition into submission. We live incredulous. It's the death of us, coincidentally malicious and intentionally vicious. But God's wind will always kiss us. But after we destroy it, I bet it won't miss us. Hitting the blunt earlier had me distracted, sitting in my desk unattracted to the teacher, speaking in a seizure in the midst of such perfect leisure. But I guess I should pay attention and get my life moving. Listening and learning, maybe drug using. But bringing me back to the point he's been proven, I have to admit, I'm just another human. This will be fun. But we got crooked cop corruption around the equator. It gets no attention on purpose, like Ralph Nader, the marijuana player. Ignores ideas, proceed to trick the score. Legal weed finances no profits for war. Even though it's biofuel, a renewable resource. But notices the suited jerk that can't give up his Porsche. So let's take them by force and underanalyze our children when they sneeze. Sniff the smog, but enjoy the breeze. And next year scientists discover a new skin disease. A calico Caucasian and African Dalmatian. We live in this nation, but we're all revolting Haitians. But we aren't fleeing the country. It's just the soil under me doesn't love me. A world of no escaping as we suffer political rapings, tax cuts. I flex nuts enough to not live rough, but what's the point if I can't move up? So fill my cup and I'll nourish the kids' mouths. Be a godfather, keep them out of the crack house. But the past that lasts longer than the future of madness is blasphemy that blasts a full glass of sadness. I'm a cast out angel from a heaven that can't see cruelty in the star spangles. A government that measures problems with acute angles. I see full stomachs still feasting, eating everything because it comes easy. Like rich people taking advantage of the freebies, pinching off the poor, watching them eat their own feces. Thank you. I've been with all sorts, reds, blondes, and brunettes, but none of which I can never forget. I wasn't placed in their possession to be a sport with recessions, just the common deal. Give them something to smoke so I can make my bills. A false impression. No feelings, just curiosity. Even with building animosity towards everyone saying they could see what they saw in me, and I still don't know what that is. But I did see them and the soul deep inside. That was my prowess. So God is a mystery, this evolving history. The holy chess player put me in front of each evolving story. From one to the next, I understood one from the rest. And her context, check, like, revised text. The blonde beat cancer, another needed answers. At least 3 were raped once, and 2 at least twice. The beast that preyed once on the little gray mice turned into a repetitive rolling of the game dice. But sometimes something magnificent is conceived on accident. A miracle made abundant, aborted, then wondered where the last one went. The boy didn't care. He just wanted her to share the sheets and what's lying under. Got her pregnant, made her hit the clinic, then deleted her number. Moving on, I met a young mother from an imprisoned lover. She wrote me a letter revealing she was repeatedly raped by her brother, but a long time ago, of course, when she couldn't fight back. I wanted to be blind from this image with both eyes black. I replied back an inch away from tears, remembering all the pain in these girls from their worst fears. I said, don't fear me, please just hear me. I look into your eyes and I can see the pain clearly. No need to hide, my arms are open wide. Just let me hold you and tell you it's okay, that I have no rules that you can disobey. You're important to me, even if I barely know you. I'm here as your friend, not to control you. I understand, hold my hands, beautiful, strong, and tall is how you'll forever stand. Addicts of narcotics, abusive alcoholics, everyone here knows one. I hope someday they'll stop it. And please, guys, respect the woman and offer up your help, because one girl I got to know well almost killed herself. Thank you.
This is a song I wrote about this time last year, and it'll go good with the month we're in now. This is called True Love. As I walk into the room and I look into your eyes, knowing you're my world, you are my sky. Well, I know that you love me, no matter what people say, and I hope that love goes on to the end of all days. True love goes deeper than the seas. True love goes higher than the trees. True love never fall apart. True love, it don't play games with your heart. True love, as I lay down beside you and I lay my head to rest, knowing that our love has yet to be its best. Now the years have come and gone with you by my side, and our love has been tested and tried. True love goes deeper than the seas. True love goes higher than the trees. True love will never fall apart. True love, it don't play games with your heart. True love, now when it's time to say goodbye, I know there'll be tears in your eyes. Just know that your true love is waiting up on high. True love goes deeper than the seas. True love goes higher than the trees. True love will never fall apart. True love, it don't play games with your heart. True love, true love will never fall apart. True love, it don't play games with your heart. True love.
My angel. I have a little angel. She has no idea how much she truly brings. She brightens up my days with her smiles and laughs. She helps me to remember all the blessings that I have. When she sees someone sad, it opens up her heart. She wants to do all the things that she can. She wants to do her part. She squeezes away the sorrow and makes me forget about my pain. She shows me where the sun is when we're hiding from the rain. I know that God must love me. He showed me with his grace. I know just how much he loves me when I see my angel's face. And in that very moment, when she came into this world, I knew that she was much more than just my baby girl. She would be my sunshine with a sweetness that wouldn't end. And when she grows up one day, she will be my best friend. She would be the reason I would always try my best. For my little baby girl would be my greatest test. When God entrusts you with an angel, encircle her with love, with everything you do. Let her know God made her and that he trusts you with her care. Be sure to make time for special moments with her to share. And when at night she finally sets her prayers and goes to sleep, I thank him for my angel and ask him to always keep a watchful eye and a hand to protect her from this world. Protect my little angel. Protect my baby girl.
All of these lines across tell you the story of who I am. So many stories of where I've been and how I got to where I am. But these stories don't mean anything when you got no one to tell them to. It's true. I was made for you. I climbed across the mountain tops, swam all across the ocean, crossed all the lines, and I broke all the rules. Baby, I broke them all for you. Oh, because even when I was flat broke, you made me feel like $1,000,000. You do, and I was made for you. You see the smile that's on my mouth, hiding the words don't come out. All of my friends will think I'm blessed. They don't know my head's a mess. No, they don't know who I really am. They don't know what I've been through like you do. And I was made for you. All of these lines across my face tell you the story of who I am. So many stories of where I've been and how I got to where I am. Oh, but these stories don't mean anything when you've got no one to tell them to. It's true. I was made for you. Oh yeah, well it's true that I was made for you. Thank you.
Every mark's a letter in a word you don't know how to read. Every stain's a star in a masterpiece you don't know how to see, and every action's an act in a play where nothing is as it seems. Every mumble is known as song. A song you'd sing and I'd sing along. I bring my dreams and they ring long like a bell, forging perfect harmonies, but you probably couldn't tell because my heart, I keep it suppressed. A ticking watch muffled beneath this mess of things, but I fancy myself an artist, so I try my best to express these things, and that's why you only hear me in a poem. That's why I only preach of beauty in a way where the words are moving, soothing, because I don't know many ways to say what it is that I want to say. So what I do is hide it in here, interwoven in every line are my hopes and fears, presented like smoke signals, subliminals, and Morse code, like inspiration puts me in a type of cipher mode, and I unload while trying to relax and let syntax work for me, but I can't help but feel uneasy. Every mark a letter, every stain a star, every action an act, every mumble a note, and every poem's a balloon that's filled to the brim with the lightest lights in reality, and strung from my hands I carry them with me, and maybe one day they'll carry me away, leave for places unseen, leave my silence here to stay, and maybe then I won't need a pen, because open with a blaze you'll gaze deep within, and maybe then I won't have to hide everything in verse, because in reality, poetry is a lot like a curse. And maybe one day, when these balloons carry me away and I finally find my home, I'll reach in and say 3 words that I wanted to say all along. I love you. And I won't have to hide it in what is just another poem. Thank you.
The tide rises, the tide falls. The twilight darkens and the curlew calls. Along the sea's sands damp and brown, the traveler hastens toward the town, and the tide rises, the tide falls. Darkness settles on roofs and walls, but the sea in darkness calls. The little waves with their soft white hands efface the footprints in the sands, and the tide rises, the tide falls. The morning breaks, the steeds in their stall, Stamp and neigh as the hoster calls. The day returns, but nevermore returns the traveler to the shore. And the tide rises, the tide falls. Right? Now for one of my own. The infant crawls in the sand. Near the water, he notices his impressions left in the sand, playing with the way he can affect the world by digging a hole. The infant grows into a teetering toddler, confining areas into shapes in the sands for the tide to wash away. Walking upright, the child dreams. Remembering the castles and storybooks read to him as a child, he renders a three-dimensional shape, something similar to those castles he pined for, the adventure he sought. It protrudes into this world to be washed away by the tide. The young man studies to never have his castles washed away again. The man digs, scarring the earth with indomitable structures, a testament to his achievements. Sweat breaks his bow, and labor breaks his back. His knees grow weak as the days go by. Arthritis and cataract forms as he gives his life to this castle. High tide comes in as he finishes his work. Beating water against sand, the tide rises, the tide falls. And with it, so does the castle. The heartbroken man looks down at a child looking up at him. The high tide subsides to low. The child digs a relief well and builds a sand castle. Low tide comes in. The tide rises. The tide falls. And the child's castle stands tall. Thank you.